Good morning. You're going to talk about quantum technologies all day, so I think I changed my speech, and I'm going to talk about Eiffel Tower. And there is a clear connection between what you're achieving during this session and this wonder of the world, as we call it in France. Very proud of this. The reason why I'm talking about Eiffel Tower is because at first, Eiffel Tower was just a showcase. It was a prototype. It was something that some weird guys back in the Industrial Revolution days decided to set up to show the quality of then the French ironing technologies, the French architectural imagination, the projection of what would be the future when then most of the buildings were built in stones and wood. And truly, when you think about it, it was one of those times when technologies changed the world literally, meaning that the impact of high-end technologies, then Industrial Revolution, the era of the machines, really changed the way people would live in the future. Machines really changed our social connections, changed the way people are moving, people are building, people are finally thinking the future. And with quantum technology, people like me at the government, we don't see it as experts. You are the experts, and thank you for this. But we see it as what kind of impact could have those kind of technologies in the next 20, 30, 50 years. And we want to move off the showcase, obviously. The showcase is nice. The prototypes you're designing today, the research you're doing, either fundamental or in applications, are key. But at the end of the day, what is going to be the benefit for society? What is it going to change for all of us? Because we understand that tools, tools is easy. It's we make, dexterity of man better. Cool. Machines, we understand too. After 200 years of Industrial Revolution, we kind of pump up our strengths. We can make, higher building, bridges, Eiffel Towers. Cool. But when we talk about quantum technologies linked to AI, we think, how is it going to change really everyday life for people? Because as experts, as experts, we know that we're going to have probably more efficiency in calculations. We're going to have probably energy saving for some computing devices. But finally, people may just say, okay, it's a small evolution, or it's an interesting evolution of what we call the digital age. When in reality, quantum age is a breakthrough, is something that people need to understand. And one of your responsibility as researchers, as entrepreneurs, as people, building every day those technologies, your responsibility is to explain this as well, to help people to understand. And the unexpected is about to happen. Back to my Eiffel Tower, this prototype was supposed to be destroyed and sold piece by piece for the value of the iron, because it was not really a piece of art then. It was just, as I said, something that wanted for government, the French government, wanted to show that we were a powerful country in this then race in the Industrial Revolution. And today, of course, that when we invest 500 million in quantum technologies in France, it's the kind of, we're starting the showcase. We have more than 50 projects with France 2030. We try to help you out. We try to show you that we are there. I'm a little personally disappointed by the support of the private sector, because when I see the billions that are spent overseas, both in England or in the US, I'm calling, hello, Europe, you should be much better publicly, but privately as well. Because again, we don't see quantum technology in the long range, in the long term. we're still focusing on the next 5 years for return on investment and what can you do and what is it going to be, as if quantum technology was just about evolution of digital age. And one of your responsibility during this session is really to show that no, it is not. It is not. Most of the application of quantum technology are not even thought yet. As, again, back to my Eiffel Tower, nobody would, then back in Mr. Eiffel, who built it, he never thought about, oh, that could be a great radio antenna covering all Paris. He never had the idea of radio technology then, to broadcast from the Eiffel Tower information, to use it during the war as a base for observations. They never thought about this. Meaning that when they build this object, when they build this showcase, when they had this technology mastered, they never thought about application. And I think that quantum technology is about the same thing. For most of its future application, most of them, we don't know. I'm an old digital guy. I used to code on 8-bit microprocessor. And I set up a company who did video games with industrial microprocessor then. We had no idea, I'm telling you, 40 years ago, we had no idea of what would come. We were just dreamers. And you are pretty much at this stage. You have 50 years of discovery in front of you. You have 50 years of incredible advances in these quantum technologies. You have 50 years to change the world thanks to this, and probably help in some field that are not really connected to yours today. I'm talking about energy, I'm talking about everything about ecology, life science. All this is going to be totally changed by the talent that you're going to show in your own expertise field. So as a government, our goal is to be constant in the help, maybe not as impressive as like major deals, making sure that we are following and we are supporting small initiative as well as big, new ideas as well as evolution of old, daring to take risk as we do every day with France 2030, because we believe that France and Europe is in a major sovereignty race to really have those technologies like quantum technologies changing the way we live for a better quality of life. Thank you.